5 years ago, God disappeared. Since then, his angels have blamed humans and declared war on humanity. The Archangel Gabriel led a battle against men with the aim of exterminating them and claiming dominion over the earth. The higher angels refused to take sides in that war, but the lower spirits joined Gabriel and, as they had no bodies, their first act was to steal human flesh to blend in with the crowd. However, Michael, the greatest of all the archangels, brother of Gabriel and Uriel, chose to fight for humanity and, with his help, the survivors fought back. Over time, they built fortresses to defend themselves and, when Michael saved a human baby, word soon spread. This child would grow up with the purpose of being the savior of humanity and would carry marks on his body as proof that he was the true chosen one. When Gabriel and his army finally retreated, humans not only became certain that angels exist, but also identified them as their greatest enemies. Years have passed and countless fortified cities have sprung up. Alex is one of the survivors living in these cities, but he has gone out to investigate the existence of inferior spirits incarnated in the vicinity. When he enters a warehouse in search of these angels, he shoots one of the monsters hiding inside and ends up being chased. In an attempt to shake off the attack, Alex runs to his car and drives back to the city, but one of the monsters uses its wings to catch up with him. After a few minutes on the road, the agent approaches Vega and contacts the team inside to ask them to open the gate. Suddenly, the angel smashes the car windows to try to reach him and Alex has to fight the creature while driving. When he approaches the city gate and realizes that the missiles are ready to be fired, the man brakes his vehicle to get rid of the monster. Frightened, the angel flies into the sky and, just as he is about to make another attack, his body explodes in the air as he is shot. When he enters the base, Alex is reprimanded, as it is strictly forbidden to leave the city without permission. For breaking this rule, the man is handcuffed and taken to have a private meeting with the Archangel Michael to go over all the information he has collected while in the field. When he discovers that one of the angels Alex found could transform and have wings, Michael is worried and says that if the agent ignores the rules again, he will be expelled from the corporation. Unable to allow Alex to get away with it, Michael uses a whip to strike him on the back, only to be interrupted by the arrival of General Edward. After asking the agent not to tell anyone what he saw, the old man tells him that he can leave because he owes Alex a debt, since the young man saved his daughter's life a long time ago. What Edward doesn't know is that Claire is having a secret affair with him and they both want to get married. However, as they are in different hierarchies, this relationship cannot be discovered. During a conversation with her father, the woman learns that he intends to marry her off to William, so she makes up an excuse to call Alex to her room and arranges to run away with him that night after the event that will take place in the city. After leaving his beloved's room, Alex is taken by Michael to a room and, when he gets there, he is attacked by Jeep Hansen, who starts a battle against his own son to test his abilities. When he realizes that he has been defeated, Jeep congratulates Michael for having trained him so well and, realizing that he is in front of his father, Alex feels confused. For all these years, Alex felt abandoned and was never able to forgive Jeep for leaving, because thanks to him, the young man was orphaned at the age of 11 and became part of the lowest caste in the city. During a meeting with the committee responsible for keeping the city on track, Jeep reveals that he has discovered the whereabouts of the Archangel Gabriel and claims that he has built a fortress with an army of possessed people in the mountains. Based on those images, Jeep comes to the conclusion that Gabriel is preparing for a new war, and this time he has the support of some other archangels. During the Jubilee, while most of the residents of Vega are gathered to watch the big show, David announces the engagement of Claire and his son, William. Without understanding what is happening, the woman is paralyzed and tries to act naturally so as not to arouse any suspicion. The wedding was organized to unite the two largest castes in the city, House Reeson and House Whaley. After announcing the engagement, David introduces the first attraction of the evening and reveals that Thomas Ford, one of the city's greatest champions, will face an angel live. However, before the battle even begins, the creature manages to free itself from the chains and, after eliminating Thomas, it jumps over the bars to attack the audience. Seeing the humans in danger, Michael decides to act and jumps on the enemy, driving two blades into its chest. At that moment, the security alarms go off to announce that new enemies are approaching the city. When they hear the sound of sirens, all the civilians become desperate and run towards the bunkers. After picking up Bixby, a little girl orphaned by her caste, Alex goes to meet Claire and tries to convince her to flee to Delphi. However, the woman doesn't want to leave her father and the townspeople behind during an attack and decides to stay and support them. Meanwhile, the guards try to eliminate the three archangels who are approaching Veg, but they end up being defeated by Furiad. Knowing that he is the only one capable of facing that celestial being as an equal, Michael doesn't think twice before starting a duel against him and, during the battle, manages to subdue his enemy. However, just as Furiad was about to be eliminated, one of his allies destroys the city's power generator and all the lights go out. When the guards manage to retrieve the security camera footage, a child breaks into the room and attacks Jeep with a knife. After the boy escapes, Alex runs to stop the bleeding in his father's abdomen and, before he perishes, Jeep says that Alex is the chosen one. After the man's perishment, all the marks that were scattered over his body are automatically transferred to his son, and everyone present has the chance to witness that Alex is indeed the chosen one. Minutes later, Michael appears and discovers that Jeep was eliminated by an angel who was hiding in the body of a child. The Archangel then reveals that Alex is the baby he saved years ago and says that the young man is under his protection. Michael says that Jeep was keeping those tattoos on his body until his son was ready to carry them, and now the young man has the mission of deciphering those marks, because that is the only way to guarantee that humanity will survive the coming war. Unable to understand why Gabriel has decided to start a new war after so many years, Michael meets him for a chat. The truth is that Gabriel considers humans unworthy of inheriting that earth and believes that God will return once the entire human race is extinct. Before leaving, the Archangel reveals that he has confidential information about the identity of the Chosen One, and Michael begins to wonder if there is a spy infiltrating Vega. Concerned for Alex's safety, he takes the young man aside for a private conversation and tries to warn him. However, Alex still resents the whipping he received from Michael and orders the angel to stay away from him, as he doesn't consider him a friend. During a conversation with the Chosen One, David advises him not to tell anyone about the tattoos on his body, as this would only serve to cause a stir among the population. As he has no interest in being known as the one in charge of saving humanity, Alex says he will keep this information a secret. However, while walking through the corridors, he bumps into a woman who notices the tattoos on his arm. Although surprised by what she has just seen, Uriel acts naturally, but as soon as she moves away from Alex's presence, she spreads her wings, revealing her true identity. A few hours later, in the middle of the night, Uriel goes after his target and the two start fighting in Claire's house. Hearing the noise of battle, the woman and Bixby appear and end up becoming victims of an attack. When he sees the woman he loves injured, Alex immediately gets up and attacks his enemy. After falling into the elevator, they continue their fight and Alex lures the deity into the kitchen in an attempt to trap her. After removing the gas hose, the Chosen One causes a fire and Uriel uses his wings to protect himself. While the creature is motionless, Alex pushes it out of the window and it decides to leave, recognizing that it has lost the battle. After checking that Claire and Bixby are still alive, Alex packs his things to leave, because he knows that from now on he has become a target and doesn't want to put the lives of the people he loves in danger. The next morning, Gabriel goes to meet William, who is his informant undercover in Vega. During the conversation, the young man asks Gabriel to warn him the next time an attack happens so that he can keep his fiancée safe, as Claire was injured last night. Just then, a waitress approaches the table to take their order and Gabriel pierces the woman's face with a fork. After revealing his wings, he attacks all the customers and eliminates the restaurant staff for no reason. When all the humans are lifeless, the Archangel turns to William and says that in order to become strong, he has to start seeing perishment as something ordinary. At this point, Alex is on his way to New Delphi and, halfway there, he comes across a car accident. Seeing the bodies of the passengers scattered on the road, the man takes his gun and goes out to investigate what has happened, then discovers that the couple who were driving the vehicle have been attacked by two angels. During the battle, the creatures were eliminated, but Alex finds a man alive trapped between the iron fittings and, when he realizes that he won't be able to survive, he decides to put an end to his suffering. He then returns to his vehicle and continues along the road until, suddenly, Michael appears right in front of him and Alex has to swerve to avoid hitting the Archangel. Furious, the young man gets out of the vehicle and orders Michael to leave him alone, but the deity says that he needs to take him to a special place and sits in the back seat to give Alex the coordinates to follow. Minutes later, the pair arrive at the old house where Alex lived with his father during his childhood. When he enters the house and sees the deeds left on the walls, the young man feels his tattoos moving on his skin and has some flashbacks of what happened to his father during the period when he disappeared. At this point, Michael reveals that when Alex was a baby, his mother perished trying to protect him from an angel invasion and Jeep buried her after the Archangel appeared to save them. From that day on, Jeep raised the young man alone and, when Alex was entering his teens, Michael convinced him to leave so that the young man would have the chance to develop on his own. This stage would be important to prepare him for what is to come and make him strong enough to fulfill his destiny. During the conversation, The pair are attacked by a legion of incarnate angels who have been sent by Furiad with the mission of freeing Alex from the Archangel's influence. While the Archangels fight each other, Alex eliminates the other angels with his weapon and realizes that Michael has been seriously wounded in battle. After plunging his blade into the Archangel's abdomen, Furiad leaves and Alex rushes to his friend's aid. When he discovers that Furiad tried to eliminate Michael with his sword, Gabriel is furious and eliminates one of his subordinates to vent his anger. The Archangel can't believe that his brother has been struck by an inferior being and says that if Furiad tries to eliminate him again, he will be punished with elimination. In an attempt to save Michael's life, Alex takes him back to Vega and ends up being arrested because he has once again broken a rule and left town without permission. In the middle of the night, Michael receives an unexpected visit from Gabriel, who uses an angel feather to treat his wound, and the next morning he wakes up with only a scar. When she finds out that her boyfriend is back in town, Claire goes to meet him and orders the guard to release him to visit Bixby in hospital. That afternoon, Alex returns to his old guard post and is soon summoned to rescue David and Edward, who are being held hostage by Thomas Frost. The senator demanded a meeting with the Chosen One, but David refused to reveal Alex's identity and so he was captured. When he discovers why they are in danger, Alex decides to go in to negotiate with the senator and, realizing that this young man is the real Chosen One, Frost kneels before him. At that moment, Edward grabs his kidnapper's gun and shoots him in the head to prevent Frost from spreading this information to everyone in the city. That night, when he returns to Vega, Edward visits Bixby in hospital and causes the girl to go into cardiac arrest, as he is determined to eliminate everyone who knows that Alex is the Chosen One. In the morning, Michael takes Alex to the desert and the two simulate a duel. In an attempt to prepare the young man for the battle to come, the Archangel uses his powers to attack him, but Alex can't react in time and ends up being defeated. When he was a child, William saw his mother and younger brother eliminated by a group of angels who invaded their home and only managed to survive because his father was able to eliminate the creatures in time. Since then, William has been raised exclusively by his father, but his family has never been the same since Edward became a bitter man. After informing Alex about Bixby's perishment, Claire reveals that she has agreed to marry William because it is the only way she can become ruler of the city and protect her people from the threat that awaits them. That night, an angel invades Vega, but the creature throws a garbage can in their direction and manages to escape. Determined to eliminate that angel, Alex follows him to a warehouse and starts shooting when he realizes that Clementine is hiding in the air ducts. Terrified by the noise of the gunshots, the woman flees through the sewer, but the young man chases after her and ends up being attacked. During the battle, Alex realizes that the creature has been hit and squeezes the wound caused by the bullet. He then picks up his gun to shoot, but Clementine tells him that she is not like the other incarnate angels, as she does not belong to Gabriel's army.